welcome back, or for the very first time, to the Homeschool Resource Room Insider, where everyone is welcome and your questions are answered in 5 minutes or less. Hey, it's Ashley from the Homeschool Resource Room, and this is episode 30, a review of the Logic of English Foundations. We used level A with my kindergartner this year. At the beginning of the year, I was really interested in trying Logic of English with him because he fits so perfectly, and I thought it would be so great to have everything all in one program for language arts. So first, a little bit about Logic of English Foundations. They've got 4 levels from A to D. It targets ages 4 to 7, so this is for the little ones. And it does have a placement test, so you can get the exact right level for your child. It's a complete language arts curriculum, so you'll be using one level for between half of a year to a full year, depending on the pacing that you choose and what's best for your child. Logic of English Foundations is a really strong, solid language arts curriculum. One reason is because it's Orton Gillingham based, which is a researched type of instruction originally developed for kids with dyslexia, but I think that the kind of structure that it gives can really benefit all kids in developing that strong foundation for reading. Logic of English has kind of a different way of introducing reading. There's less memorization expected with sight words and more emphasis on learning all of the phonemes up front, so your kids will begin to decode words right away. This is great for kids who struggle with memorization. So if you have a kid that hates sight words, this might be worth checking out. It seems like learning all of the phonemes might be too big of a task for a little kid. However, Logic of English gives you a lot of time to practice with kind of hands-on games and activities, word building, card games, and then crossing over those phonics and phonemes into all the areas of language arts instruction. So you really get to reinforce each skill without a lot of memorization or kind of drill and kill. This was great for my littlest because I could set him up with my second grader, and then they were both able to play the games together and kind of reinforce what they needed to be learning for reading. There are a few things that I think make this program really stand out. So first, I think it's great for families who want to keep it simple. This is one of the big reasons I wanted to try it this year for my kindergartner. It's a complete program. You've got the phonics, the reading, the spelling, handwriting, vocabulary, writing, and grammar. So you're buying a whole program and it teaches everything you need. When you're using one curriculum to cover everything, you can really streamline things. So if you have a child, like I do, that has trouble transitioning from one thing to another, and you kind of lose them in just taking out new materials, this is a good program because it will keep their attention. So it also takes a lot less organization on your part to keep up with everything, which is really nice. And you have all your bases covered. And then last, I think that being able to adjust the pacing with support from Logic of English is very nice. So there is a pacing guide that I will link down below that you can find on their website. And it kind of gives you an idea about how to adjust the pace and schedule to fit your child and your family. The recommendations will help you adjust if you need to move more quickly or slower through the material. So you might be doing one full lesson every day with your child, and that's fine if they're getting through it. If not, you might be doing a partial lesson, so you can always kind of adjust that pace. You might do, the lesson part on one day and then play the game to reinforce it the next day. I would recommend Logic of English Foundations for parents who want the ease of having all of their language arts together in one complete package. So that would also be best for kids who are learning all of these kind of reading, writing, and handwriting skills together at the same pace. For example, my kindergartner learning the G phoneme, G, J. And while he's learning that, he's also learning how to write the letter G and reading simple sentences with G words. Where it gets tricky is if you have a kid who's struggling a lot in one area, like my daughter, who is dyslexic, has real trouble sounding out words and spelling, but she's already mastered handwriting and she can write simple sentences and she has great listening comprehension. So at that point, Logic of English might almost be too complete of a program. You might want to consider a separate Learn to Read or Phonics program from the rest of your language arts curriculum. But overall, I think Logic of English Foundations is a really strong program. We really liked using it. My son had a lot of fun with it. It's very thorough, and it really makes life easier to have everything kind of in one package. I am going to leave some links below, so check out the Logic of English website. Definitely look into that pacing guide and take a placement test to see where your kid is going to land. If you have any questions for me, email me, Ashley@thehomeschoolresourceroom.com, and don't forget to subscribe.